coming in with a total of, what's that?
24.
Try again. That's 48 KB 15s and 48 KB 22s.
Oh, 24 points. I didn't realize.
Fair enough.
Oh man, the RPF is gonna be eaten good from those Mark 62s. Castle Flight also coming in here with some bullets and some S1s. Team 1 ANS, Team 2 OSP. We're here on Yukon. 3K44 is on the Colosseum. Stack v stack. Everybody's in the voice comms. It's good time, good games, intense gaming. Call me a star. McMuster and Quiz on Team 1. Das Duke of Stars, Puppy from Hell, and 3 Cats on Team 2. Yukon. That's versus OSP. I'm pretty sure I said that already. Oh boy, it looks like OSP things are already getting interesting. They're going to be playing around the low side. Das going to the bottom of the map with quite a few ships. I don't know if he's looking to play capital fuck games down there, if he's sending like some tugs or what. These are not grouped up. These are single individual vessels. Might be rocket shuttles? I have no idea. Gotta be playing caps given the sheer volume of ships he's got. I have no idea what Puck is going to be doing because he is right. He hasn't played in a long time. OSP is a very interesting position. ANS has a much more standard position there. OSP putting more ships down on the bottom of the map. I can't wait to see what's going to unfold here. All right, we're going to very quickly go through these fleets. Looks like ANS is going to be playing around primarily top of the map, focusing on Charlie and the Bravo point. Oh, boy. Down here with the ANS team. That's pretty standard little Axford. This is McMuster with Falling Star. Got medium hanger on the back, 450s on the front, a little bit of hard kill all around. Bullseye, pretty standard. Probably going to have two of these. Yeah, oak-like, oak-adjacent. The Axford's going to have some 120s up front, presumably to shoot down craft when possible. Interrupt on the backside. Of that sick nasty soft kill and a blanket jammer as well on the nose. One blanket jammer is not going to be enough to cover two Axfords, so they probably got that for more soft kill action. Looks like Quiz rocking the calf lead here. It's got it's been a while since we've seen destroyers with stone walls, presumably to deal with the menace of S1 spam and rocket spam out of OSP. 2 beam destroyers with stone walls. They probably got 2 FPAs. Whiplash. Get him around, possibly provide some extra power. I believe stone walls take a little more juice than defenders. Maybe.
Stone walls are only about 40 power, so they're pretty low. I think that's just for speed.
Cool, I'm completely wrong. Got it, thanks. Pretty standard. He's also got an SDM frig, possibly. Oh yeah, 64 of them in chaff. With the standard torpedo gun sprinters, 2 of them for capping and 2 nearly naked sprinters for being thrown onto points and possibly for spotting. Star, oh boy, it looks like ANS has 2 carrier fleets, which is a choice that you can make. We've got I don't even know how to go with these. Okay, so some of these are named just Tontos. These are not very many Tontos. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, so he's got 16 Tontos, 2 sundials named Overlord, which have been launched together and have not been split up yet, as well as a pair of rail destroyers. We have some SDMs on them and some hybrids on them. That is a decision of a comp to make. Palmia over here. It's got is probably, oh my god, I know what this is. I know what this is. This is the ANS version of what we saw last game on the Honeycomb map, except instead of on a 3K ship, it's also got 2 destroyers with beams, blankets, bullseyes, defenders, standard destroyer builds, and 2 capping Cunard sprinters. Like the pikes are out onto the map. Duke of Stars doing, yeah, something extremely similar, though slightly different. Does have a couple different missiles. Not sure what the difference is between those. Got some strikes going out on the echo point. Nothing happening there. All right, let's start going through the OSP fleet. We're going to go through the top down. That's going to be the easiest way to do that. Looks like 3 Cats has a real Ocello with its guns currently on hold fire, it appears. Unfortunate. And, and a Journeyman. That's a fucker of a combination. What the hell? Got a bunch of Barracudas. Looks like Strike Fight equipped, and a couple of Pikes for scouting purposes. 3 Cats also has two gun shuttles and 1 Paviche shuttle. We've got Pikes are kind of, they're not really sure what to do with themselves. There's so many SDMs out on the ANS team. They're going to be in real trouble. The levies have, it's just equipment for their planes with S1s out of 1 and Stella's out of the other. Wait a minute. What is on these guns? See, that's going to be the bulk of points here. I imagine all these have coil guns on them. Almost all of them. Oh boy. Man, I'm not sure where Star's points are. Oh, I guess they're in the destroyers with the hybrids and the S teams. Okay, anyways, we got to keep going through these fleets. Can't stop, get distracted. We've got DOS here with some triple threat bulkers. No, looks like, what is this? Oh, these are 450s with 120s all around. The extra mounts are really fucking up my ability to read these. That's okay. I'll get used to it. I can adapt. Also got 1, 2, 3 gun shuttles with 1 nearly capping shuttle and a handful of planes. We have already discussed planes, I believe, Pikes and whatever these are. When skiffs, halberds. Duke of Stars does have the device. Oh, he's got something entirely different. Oh, I see. Okay, little column A, little column B. These are the Pike Swarms. As you're seeing, that is a ton of micro to manage. It does have 1 swarm just kind of idling around the ship. It might be these guys are looking to, RTB, although I'm not sure this is. It's just barely in flight quarters. Okay, let's go to Puppy, who has another pair of these 450 bulk raiders with T20 support. His OSP team is absolutely loaded for bear. EWR and LRT on the low side. Good to see those. Oh boy, okay, why have we been going through those fleets? Look like both teams cap their natural. OSP does technically have a 2-point lead. ANS is siding up to get shape on Alpha Point, but is eating a ton of grape in the ass. Don't want to get graped in the ass. Very bad. We've got a nearly naked shuttle also heading for the Alpha Point, getting shape on there. Have a lot of stuff happening in the chat. I don't think a ton of stuff that I need to respond to, though. Man, it is actually really difficult to keep an eye on the chat and the game at the same time. There's so much going on in a Cast Match Nebulous Fleet Command. It looks like some Hybrid 2s going out. HE-shaped ARAD Act and Act ARAD Val. Not sure where these are going.
I think if I'm reading this pathing right into the wall.
Yep, that is exactly where they're going.
Shuttle making an attempt at B point here, and missiles are not pathed to intercept. They might get on that.
Looks like the missiles are also going into the wall. The enemy is securing. I think they're trying to get the really obvious, like, container hangout location that is here, but since it's an obvious spot, don't stand there. Any obvious solution. I think these hybrids might fly around and catch something. No, they're just gonna run out of gas.
One of Calamia's destroyers getting caught here by supersized 1 spam is getting messed up.
Yep.
And I think it's dead. It was a dozen Pikes with some amount of missiles.
Yeah, they're gonna have I think 6 S1s per, or 4 maybe, and then Illuminator.
4 on the wings if they don't run Illuminators, I believe. Not sure how many of these have Illuminators or missile pods, hard to say.
Can only count.
Taking a look here, another push going out to the seaside now is one of those shuttles from 3 Cats coming up here, escorted by Goblin Flight, a dozen Pikes with, let's see, that's 18 times 2, 36 size 1 HE-shaped Saw Seeker missiles. The beams are out of here.
Quiz gonna be able to kill the Rash 8. That's a gross name.
Quiz with the Stonewall tech. Is it good? Let's find out.
I think this is gonna handle these S1s just fine.
That'll do it.
This is what I was talking about earlier. It's like, do you have flag? Yes, problem solved. Yeah, bye. See you later.
99% sure the Quiz threw this together after seeing the last match and deciding, no, absolutely not, thank you.
Distinct possibility. That's one of the nice things about everybody being outside of the lobby during these is they can edit their fleets without really losing anything.
Bit of a craft build up of Barracuda flights from Puppy under the map. Also running some of those Barracudas with the same... Oh, no, those are actually HE frag for air superiority. All right, so not the kind of one-trick pony we saw in the last game. So now as the cards are down and both teams have kind of showed what they have, what does either side do here? As they've tested the waters, found some things now. It's a neutral cap, almost exactly even. If nothing happens, OSP, I believe, technically wins it, but...
Well, both teams are definitely going to be shaping up to make something happen. The margins are way too close. I think the play right now is for ANS to push their SDM frigs up a little bit and try to get some cutesy-wootsy kills on pikes.
Seeing a lot of these pikes, again, as we saw in the last game, bingo on fuel, having to go back, takes their sweet time. Since they have to go resupply. Very vulnerable if there's any of those SDMs on intercept.
Pikes are... They have a long pre-flight and a long post-flight, too.
And as posturing to make a play for the E-point down here, Quiz sending a Corvette and 2 wings of Tantos escorting it. Might be the sauce spam from the ANS side, as both of these are loaded up to the gills with HE shapes. It's 32 size 1 saws on both.
Device, man. I want to see these spam toes absolutely annihilate this poor little shuttle up here. They're not going to see it. They do see it.
It's locked. Here it comes. Mil flak doing a bit of work against some of those, actually. It's like the wider illuminator cones from the ANS, unfortunately catching the chaff there. Ooh,
yeah, so when you're doing the Spanto, you gotta feather fire him just a little bit. Although the second angle should be able to punch through the chaff. The S1s looks like they're gonna get out of range.
Couple of SDM2s coming in, warding off a couple of those Tantos. They do not have any defense against this, really. Maybe a jam pod to try and mess them up, but taking a couple hits there. Looks like they lost one. So for all their effort, they tickled the thrusters on that. All right, bit of combat over towards B side, as looks like a volley of pikes here getting engaged on. It's going to be some actual intercepting Tantos.
One's out on the pikes. Pikes able to dodge. So many 20mm.
Turns out, yeah, a dozen 20 mils does a lot of work.
Yeah, you just outnumber your opponent's forehead. We call overmatch in the biz, although there's a lot of 100mm flak coming in here, which I think is going to make the pikes a bit sad.
Just moving to posture towards that B point, potentially throwing a cap on that. Last of those Tantos getting run down here. Another big size 1 strikeout towards E side, trying to deny that cap from Quiz. Quiz chaffing for all it's worth and praying. Looks like the Illuminators now fixing on target should find this. Honk.
Game struggle busting a little bit with all the planes on the field and the missiles.
So, noticeably, Quiz does eat it there, but the reactor and the CIC lives long enough for them to probably get that cap.
Come in one of his defender destroyers, or now this is Kalmia.
Oh, yep. Kalmia, unfortunately, suffering there again. A couple of those SDMs showing they do work, as we see Pikes just handily getting smacked by them.
Half this wing has been destroyed. I look forward to it. I hope to see more fun. I thought it was lame that defender. Why am I getting a loop here? I'm just getting all the star demos at the same time. I see I have this going in order. Where were we? We were playing the game. OSP is
Anyways,
getting out
bottom of the
capped
map. Early warning, probably not long for this world as this saw spam unloads on it.
Way too many missiles.
Overkill for a 200-point asset.
Yep. He's dead though.
Yeah. Probably only needed half that, if that.
Oh, gonna soak up some of these S1s though. Did not set the missiles to point. I see it's out of this photon flight.
Photon flight attempting an intercept there, and fortunately wasting all their size ones.
Bolt flight eating some more of these STMs. Down. Oh my.
Down to just one pike of that to live to tell the tale.
Destroyers are being targeted by the LRT down on the bottom of the map, and it is eating some fire. It's quite a bit of damage out of those shells on the nose. Yeah, it looks like just 450 has hit this thing in the nose. It's pretty effective against killing destroyers.
Noticeably, it has knocked out the mag there. There is a restore, but they're using it on the stone walls. This thing might be out of point defense in about 2 seconds. Yeah, unfortunately not on the micro there. Get the stone walls up, but no defense on that. So it's going to be a question of does the saw spam catch it or not. Bottom of that map, we're going to see another flight of Tantos. Looks like they're getting run down by more of these pikes.
The enemy is
Extra flight fighting is there, as we see. Decap going on as Das finally steps a 450 liner onto the point, knowing the beam destroyer has been taken care of.
Might wind up getting an angle on the Ritzy Ozone. Very much hope to see a little more flak out of ANS teams. The SDMs
Very
are
much
doing
kind of getting
great.
boxed in here. SDM's splashing ballista flight here. Looks like they're going to be smoking 2, 3. Full flight going down here in a second. Smack, there we are. 4 or 5 points of missile, great value compared to the price of the strike craft to shoot down. Bit of gunfight kicking off here as, let's see, Judge and Jury starts opening up against Daz's Bolter over here at the Van and Aura.
Some rail rounds going up here. Hitting the SDM frigate. That's going to be quite bad, actually, yeah, because this thing has exactly 1 damage control team.
Yeah, I'm counting 4 fires and the atmosphere leaks. That single salvo going to cripple this thing if it's not careful.
Fire on the puppy. OSP down 100 points, but they're about to have a cap lead here if they can recover that echo point. ANS has really bad position on the map right now. They've lost quite a few assets, defensive and offensive.
Big strikes going down on the B side there, trying for a time on target. Couple of those getting seduced by the container line ship decoy. It's 4 hybrids whizzing off there. Make that 5, 6, 7. One of them does finally find Das's Bulker. Max
still
into the middle of nowhere doing nothing.
Figured out the micro for these. But on the Ellen, much bigger targets, a little easier to hit. Good lands.
Let's contribute a little bit of damage, but still only about, I believe, 300 or so damage on those size ones, so it's a bit more than that to get through the beef of the liner.
Oh yeah, it takes quite a few to kill anything bigger than a red box.
E point comfortably held by the OSP, and B point, Das just kind of hanging out there nearby, has all these small caliber guns to see off anything that might go over there. ANS just kind of boxed into their deploy zone and needing a way to break out and not really finding it.
bad. I don't think it has that much yet. Don't really have much left.
Singular rapid there, small drive, trying to get this thing as cheap as possible to facilitate all their other assets. Is the price you pay when you run multiple things alongside your carrier. ANS rail array has kind of sat in the back all game as one would expect, but I'm not sure if they've ever really had a target they've been able to shoot at. Nothing's really been locked up here or given enough time for them to really get their kind of ramp up on. Huge bombing flight coming towards McMuster's expert over here. We got Cheetah Wing coming in with a total of, what's that?
24.
Try again. That's 48 KB 15s and 48 KB 22s.
Oh, 24 points. I didn't realize.
Fair enough.
Bombs. Oh man, the RPF is gonna be eaten good from those Mark 62s. Castle Flight also coming in here with some bullets and some S1s. This entire wing is gonna go down before it gets up to this Axford just because of this flak. Half of it already gone. They're dropping the bombs now to try to get this. But as they converge, yeah, there's no evation going on here.
The dual guns on the skiffs being incredibly good picket tools right now. The bombs maybe
McMuster having a
here,
blast.
but still in motion.
Now we're all the way down. Few bombs do land. Oh my.
Ooh, so despite all the losses there, still knocking up both guns here. That's going to take some of the restores. Could have been a lot worse, especially given just how much munitions was being sent out there.
Yeah, that's 25 motherfucking planes. Or 24, rather. Just evaporators. See you later. Hard kill, good. Check mark.
Stone walls are back, baby.
Yeah, I'm really happy seeing the flak. Well, because we had the period where it was like only bring flak, bring nothing else, use this one specific flak build and auto hard kills literally everything. And then we had the period where it was like, okay, just bring defender and soft kill and don't worry about flak at all. You don't need it, you don't want it. And now we're at like a really healthy, oh no, in my opinion, soft kill, hard kill dynamic. Like flak has a place. Damn, that is a lot of dead Tontos. Flak has a place,
yeah.
The 20mm has a place, all the soft kill has a place, and even the Auroras do too. I think the only thing really missing is Razors?
Razors still have their niche of anti-missile, being fairly decent at that, and they one-shot any plane within 2 kilometers or so.
That is true. I think OSP is just a little melt starch for Razor viewership.
It does have a lot of competition, especially with the new tools and toys, but miners do have those extra mounts, so if they want to run them. Fucking McMuster over here does get the guns back up online, but Jas pretty eager to use that broadside, just pounding away with 450 over here, keeping that key point secured.
Only it did not read the editor's notes for how to play this fleet. Things going poorly. She was not watching the superiority force.
Is probably about to lose another ship here. It looks like another Pike size 1 spam is going off. Fender and Shaft trying for it. Eliminators, there we go. Oh, braking for a second. Gonna whiff the volley. The Sprinter does live.
Soft kill also still pretty good. Turned away at the last minute. Is that a beam going?
Yeah, it looked like they canceled their illuminators and just weren't quite able to hold it. Jas starting to move their other Bulker towards Seaside here.
Oh,
the rails are nearby, but I don't think there's much else really to stop this thing standing on the C point and securing a 4 cap. A point does remain neutral, but
call me a recognizing that doesn't really understand how to use the build. Unfortunate. It's a super good build.
New tech needs some practice. Perch rockets out. That'll be a strike against Quiz's Destroyer. Destroyer is missing the front half of it and good chunk of the internals now as it eats 450 from below.
He has incredible map presence with their fighters. Innis kind of screwed. They're losing a good chunk of their
The enemy is
map
securing some boxes.
assets. That guy's not amazing shape either. Another S1 strikeout on a bulk
Going up
freighter, which
against
is
Das.
not dropping any chaff. There they go. It's a little bit late though. Oh, looks like the Flax is going to be able to handle it actually, or maybe not, or maybe
Maybe
yes.
not. That said, though, total impact on target, not that much. One gun goes down to red, but everything else perfectly healthy.
You kinda, so
It
for
doesn't
this,
turn, eating a bunch of return fire.
you kind of got to bring him out in wings of 12 instead of 6.
Yeah,
Be able to punch through
a
that
little bit
shit.
harder to field on mass compared to the OSP side. Levy does go down, which was trying to sit on that B cap, so that is going to be Star's main asset out of the game, left with only the Railstones that are kind of firing off now. I think trying to hit Puppy down below. Puppy having a bit of a time as those start inflicting debuffs, but
Yeah.
just getting to cover and kind of recover.
So the double levy version is the one that I'm a little more familiar with, because that's the one I bring. Because I looked at this and I was like, wow, this is super good. And I brought it once and I was like, okay, this is really good. And the beam destroyers are really good. And the runners are really good. But I just want more planes because I'm a psychopath. So give me the double levy version. And that's the one that's just, oh, so satisfying.
3 cats with some Barracudas intercepting a couple more of Kalmia's planes here, although in turn going to have one of their shuttles getting booped by size 1s. Rocket strike going off on Kalmia. Ooh, the Levy eats it in the gut there with a rocket shuttle around the corner.
Oh, wow. The olden mommy gets over here.
Master Flight does avenge it, but not before the damage is done. Is alive on a technicality, but all the launch pads on that Levy are down, and there's no restores. C-cap in progress as, like we said, Das moving up here. Beam Destroyer from Quiz comes around the corner, but the beam is already orange from the opening salvo. A couple more HE rounds for their trouble. Will they get the shot off? Last second shot, but just in time to get grade.
Was not expecting Kalmia to be playing a carrier fleet she didn't know how to play. Would balances very differently otherwise. Just percent expecting her to either do like bomber cores or
The enemy
sensor
secured
gaming,
zone Comet.
and even voxels. Yeah, rocking the
4
carriers.
caps secured for the OSP. ANS still technically on the board, but hurting badly.
Nah, it's over.
Yeah.